Beijing-Shanghai high-speed rail sudden breakdown causes unknown train delay. Medical malpractice. Lung cancer getting younger on the mainland. Even children are not spared. Hospital head caught in corruption scandal. Linked to organ transplant cases at Xi'an Jiaotong University Hospital. Heavy downpours expected in 15 Chinese provinces. Multiple areas issue warnings. In addition to the youth unemployment rate, the Chinese government also hides these data in a black box. Over 60 of 103 cases. Corrupt deputy-ministerial officials promoted while under investigation. Dim job prospects drive Chinese college students to pursue overseas studies. All will be covered today in China Undercover. If you find our information helpful, please subscribe and turn on the notification. It will help us get more motivation to produce more quality videos. Now back to the news. Beijing-Shanghai high-speed rail sudden breakdown causes unknown train delay. On Saturday, August 19, an unexpected equipment malfunction occurred on the Beijing-Tianjin section of the Beijing-Shanghai high-speed railway, causing some trains to be delayed. The reason is unknown. According to a message from the official Beijing Railway Weibo account at 10:08 am on the 19th, around 9:15. On the same day, an equipment malfunction occurred on the Beijing-Tianjin section of the Beijing-Shanghai high-speed railway, causing some trains passing through that area to be delayed. The situation is currently being handled. Subsequently, the official Weibo account of Beijing South Railway Station also posted a message stating that due to this issue, some originating trains at Beijing South Station on the Beijing-Shanghai high-speed railway were delayed. However, the above messages did not provide information about the cause of the malfunction. Mainland Chinese netizens expressed their confusion. What's going on? Is there something wrong? The first delay, and it's 58 minutes. All trains are delayed. I'm on the train. What's happening again with the Beijing-Shanghai high-speed railway? Left Beijing South at 9:20, and it's been almost an hour without arriving at Tianjin South. After passing Langfang, the train has been crawling like a snail. No announcements on the train, moving at the speed of 13, and the train attendants are not managing. The high-speed train is actually moving backward, and now we don't even know which station it's at. It has delayed us for over 3 hours, and there's no explanation. At 11:16 am on the 19th, the official Beijing Railway Weibo account posted another message stating that after repairs, the equipment malfunction on the Beijing-Tianjin section of the Beijing-Shanghai high-speed railway has been resolved and the train operation is gradually returning to normal. However, the cause of the malfunction still hasn't been explained. Medical malpractice. Lung cancer getting younger on the mainland. Even children are not spared. Concerns have been raised about the quality of China's COVID-19 vaccines. It's been rumored that cases of lung cancer are becoming younger on the mainland, with even adolescents not being spared. Many children unfortunately develop lung nodules. Some mainland netizens are directly attributing the responsibility to the so-called 100 effective vaccine. On August 19, the Weibo account Free Marriage Group for Wei Miao, Shandong Old Lu posted, breaking news, the outbreak of lung cancer and lung nodules is happening right now. What is the connection? Don't ask me. Look at the comments of the TikTok public. Through discussions among mainland TikTok users, netizens are questioning the responsibility of the 100 effective vaccine for diseases like the youthful onset of lung cancer. Some people claim that many young individuals are developing lung cancer, saying, "I really don't understand why there are so many lung cancer cases. It's getting younger and younger, and it's even affecting those who don't smoke or drink alcohol." One netizen replied, it might be due to COVID-19 or vaccines, air pollution, food contamination, and high life stress causing it. Others mentioned the increase in lung nodules, saying many people around me have lung nodules, even those who don't smoke. It's so frightening. There are so many lung cancer cases now. Some netizens state after the infection, the entire lung is filled with nodules. It's all due to injections. It's caused by the COVID-19 vaccination. There are also mentions of many children developing nodules, with some saying, "I hope there are no nodules in the world. Spare the little ones. How can there be so many children getting nodules? How painful it must be for the parents." Replies include spare. How can we spare? During the pandemic, children have received vaccinations. Chinese people shouldn't harm fellow Chinese. Apart from the issue of lung cancer becoming more common among younger individuals, a significant number of people are also accusing vaccines of causing leukemia. Radio Free Asia reported in May of last year that a group of leukemia patients from over 30 provinces and autonomous regions in China issued 2 open letters, alleging that they had developed leukemia due to receiving China's COVID-19 vaccine. They faced suppression and control when petitioning and were told by media reporters not to report on their case, while lawyers were unwilling to represent them. According to the report, they come from various backgrounds and range in age from 3 to over 70 years old, with many primarily receiving vaccines from Sinovac Biotech. Most of the issues emerged after receiving 2 doses. Complainants claim to have been in good health before vaccination, without any family history of genetic diseases. A conservative estimate suggests that there are over 10,000 people who suddenly develop leukemia after receiving the vaccine. Hospital head caught in corruption scandal. Linked organ transplant cases at Xi'an Jiaotong University Hospital, authorities in China have launched an extensive anti-corruption campaign targeting the medical system, with at least 184 hospital presidents and administrators being investigated this year. On August 17, 5 more officials from the hospital system were named for investigation, including notable figures from various hospitals across provinces such as Henan, Hebei, and Zhukou. Additionally, Tan Hui, deputy president of Yan City Traditional Chinese Medicine Hospital, voluntarily surrendered for an inquiry into suspected serious violations of discipline and law. Out of the 184 individuals, 53 are from tertiary hospitals and 4 were receiving subsidies from the State Council. Some have been disciplined previously, such as Yang Zikun, former president of Huangshi Second Hospital, who had been warned for negligence in 2014. The investigation of Li Xi'an, Deputy Party Committee, Secretary and President of Xi'an Chest Hospital, has brought to light allegations of illegal organ transplants involving Jiaotong University Hospital. Li's case involves over 1 billion yuan, a shocking figure to many. In Chest Hospital is a prominent medical facility specializing in respiratory diseases, digestive system diseases, cardiovascular diseases, and tumors. Li Xiangqian's career spans over 20 years as the president, but his investigation reveals deep-seated corruption and illegal activities. According to Investigation International, there is evidence of systematic live organ harvesting from religious practitioners and minors by the Chinese Communist Party, a crime directed by high-ranking officials and involving military, public security, and judicial systems. The exposure of these illegal activities seriously tarnishes China's international reputation and places its medical community under severe scrutiny. The allegations of genocide and illegal organ harvesting present an image of a healthcare system deeply marred by corruption, unethical practices, and a blatant disregard for human dignity and life. Heavy downpours expected in 15 Chinese provinces. Multiple areas issue warnings after recent floods in the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region and northeastern China. Heavy rainfall strikes again. 15 provinces in China are expected to experience large to torrential rains. Beijing, Shanghai, and northeastern provinces have issued warnings about heavy rain and flash floods. On August 20th, the China Meteorological Administration issued a blue alert for heavy rain. From 8:0 on August 20th to 8:0 on August 21st, regions including Shaanxi, Chongqing, Sichuan, Yunnan, Hubei, Henan, Shaanxi, Shandong, Hebei, Tianjin, Beijing, Guangdong, Guangxi, Fujian, and Tibet will see heavy rain in some areas. The China Meteorological Administration continued the blue alert for heavy rain. From 8 p.m. on August 20th to 8 p.m. on August 21st, parts of Heilongjiang, Jilin, Liaoning, Hebei, Beijing, Tianjin, Shandong, Hubei, Hunan, Sichuan, Chongqing, Yunnan, Tibet, and others will see large to torrential rains. In specific areas like southeastern Sichuan and northeastern Yunnan, there might be heavy downpours, 101 mm, along with thunderstorms, strong winds, and hail. Shaanxi Province issued dual alerts for heavy rain and flash floods. Shaanxi Province issued a yellow alert for heavy rain. Both provinces expect heavy rain and short, intense rainfall, which could trigger landslides and other related disasters. In recent times, many parts of China have encountered heavy rainfall. On the 20th, Xi'an County and Zhangzhou City, Fujian Province experienced heavy rain, and some areas even had torrential rain. Within 12 hours from 00 to 12 the no, on the 20th, the county recorded over 50 millimeters of rain at 15 automatic stations, with 7 stations surpassing 100 millimeters. The highest was 248.4 millimeters in Meilingtown's Weiyu, and the highest hourly rainfall intensity was 107.5 millimeters in Beiyang Township. Due to the heavy rainfall, 6 small reservoirs in Xi'an County experienced various degrees of overflow. Many townships' crops, like rice in greenhouses, and roads were either flooded or damaged. In addition to the youth unemployment rate, the Chinese government also hides these data in a black box. Signs of economic decline have emerged in China, with authorities now limiting or cutting off access to crucial data from the outside world, ceasing the release of relevant information. Apart from youth unemployment rates, data on land sales, foreign exchange reserves, bond transactions, and other indicators are also being restricted and reduced in terms of disclosure. Economic slowdown. Chinese officials concealing data in black box, the omission of youth unemployment rates from the recent economic release by China's National Bureau of Statistics has garnered widespread attention. Public opinion suggests that this could be due to the continuous slide in China's economy, resulting in a tight job market. As the data on youth unemployment rates appears grim, the decision to halt its publication was made. The latest available data indicates that the youth unemployment rate for those aged 16-24 in China was 21.3 in June, marking the highest level since this statistic began in 2018. Bloomberg reports highlight that the absence of youth unemployment data is the latest move in China's gradual tightening of sensitive information. It's noted that aside from youth unemployment rates, the Beijing authorities are continuously restricting and limiting the scope of disclosure for data such as land sales, foreign exchange assets, bond transactions, COVID-19 death toll, academic information, and high-ranking officials' profiles. For instance, beginning this year, China's monthly release of land sales data lacks information on the area of land purchased and the prices paid by real estate developers. This data had been published since 1988, and sales for development plummeted over 50 last year, underscoring that China's real estate crisis is more severe than officially stated. Official data showed only a 23% decrease in land sale revenue for local governments last year. Likewise, foreign exchange reserve data has appeared to be stable since 2017. During this period, trade surpluses have consistently increased, which should logically lead to an expansion of foreign exchange reserves. The Chinese central bank may be concealing fluctuations in this data. Foreign exchange reserves could be hidden within assets of state-owned commercial banks and policy banks, or shifts might be attributed to wealthy elites moving assets overseas, and some reserves might be utilized by authorities for currency intervention, preventing an increase. However, this avenue is quite challenging. About 70% of household wealth is tied to real estate, and a combination of economic downturn, high unemployment rates, and a tense job market has led people to tighten their wallets and refrain from spending. Considering the persistently high levels of local government debt, uncertainties surround whether Beijing will implement large-scale fiscal stimulus measures to boost the economy. Moreover, the pressure stemming from the real estate market, which constitutes about a quarter of economic activity, raises concerns about the Beijing authorities' capability to address a worsening economic situation. Over 60 of 103 cases, corrupt deputy-ministerial officials promoted while under investigation. The practice of promoting officials despite their issues has been common in the CCP officialdom for decades. An article on Sina reported that last year, adjustments were made to the executive team of Gansu Bank. Following the adjustment, Du Jing, a member of the executive team and deputy chief, attracted attention from business and finance websites. Reports indicated that he had been fined by the People's Bank of China's Lanzhou Central Branch for multiple anti-money laundering violations. Additionally, Du Jing, who had previously served as the general manager of the individual business department of Gansu Bank, was promoted to deputy chief. A high-ranking official in the Chinese financial system was also promoted shortly after being penalized. Observers of the current situation analyze that as long as the authoritarian CCP exists, the phenomenon of criminals being promoted and corruption will continue. Chinese issues expert Jiaotong, living in the United States, stated in an interview that Chinese authorities are aware of this fact. Many tainted officials successfully secure promotions by bribing their superiors. Give out half, send it up 3 levels. That means for any official, higher-level officials are aware of how much money they can make in a year in their position. So the key is whether you can take out more than 50% of the embezzled funds and send it up step by step. At least 3 levels. As long as this can be achieved, in the face of turmoil or political movements, you can pass through safely. According to CP insiders, Tian Guoliang, the former president and chief editor of the Central Party School Publishing House, conducted an investigation and analysis of high-ranking official corruption cases, revealing that 80 of corrupt high-ranking officials accept bribes. Among 103 cases of corruption involving deputy provincial-level officials, about 63% of the defendants were promoted after committing the crimes. The reason corruption among CCP officials is so widespread, and the practice of promoting officials despite their issues remains unaddressed, is that there is no one to supervise the officials. If the supervisory agencies themselves are corrupt without oversight, then chaos reigns from top to bottom. Dim job prospects drive Chinese college students to pursue overseas studies. The number of Chinese university graduates applying for overseas study in 2022 surged by 23% compared to 2021, with pursuing a master's degree abroad being their primary choice. According to a report from the South China Morning Post, Chinese university graduates have been seeking opportunities for overseas study due to dissatisfaction with the domestic education system and a desire to enhance their personal competitiveness. Data from China's Ministry of Education indicates that from 1978 to the end of 2021, over 8 million Chinese students have studied abroad. However, the number of applicants for overseas study in 2022 increased by 23.4% compared to 2021. A report from NIC Education Group, a Chinese educational institution, in March of this year revealed that a master's degree remains the top preference for Chinese students studying abroad, with 81.2% of them choosing to pursue a master's degree. Professor Li Jun from the Shanghai Mathematics Center at Fudan University stated in a June interview to Nurture students, the most important thing now is to attract good students to pursue domestic master's programs. However, many young students opt for overseas study due to disappointment with the domestic education system. Facing employment pressure, around 4.7 million recent graduates nationwide registered for this year's postgraduate entrance examination. Only 20% of examinees can enter higher-level institutions. A student in their 20s from Jiangsu, Blythe Lau, stated China's master's application limits students to applying for one major at one university, causing severe restrictions. Applying to foreign universities allows for multiple applications without the need for scores, increasing flexibility. Many recent graduates also expressed that compared to the year-long preparation and potential failure of the domestic postgraduate entrance examination, the application process for overseas master's programs is more relaxed, with a higher chance of success. And that is today's episode. If you found this video informative, please subscribe and ring a bell to get notification. Thank you for watching and see you next time.